39 girls have broken 2:10. McPhail among them. She ran that 2:09.91 at the Music City Track Carnival just last week from Chelsea High. She won an Alabama State 6A championship with a time of 2:14 on May 1st. Also has run a mile time of 4:58.
We have the runner-up at the NCISAA.
We're gonna have introductions here, and then we'll get back to the race.
Carolina, Anna Maynard. Next, used to running through the mountains of Colorado. She's run 2:18 this year. Kendall Mating. Next, she's run 2:16 and 5:12 this year from Atlanta, Georgia. Kate Stevens. From North Carolina, 1.5 mile specialist. She's run 2:15 this year. Lindy Bonville. Next, coming all the way from Washington, entered in at 2:15. She can run every distance from the 100 up. Kara Mickelson. Next, she swept the Alabama 400 state titles indoor and out. She has run 2:13 from Birmingham. Mackenzie Culpepper. Next, we've got one of the best half-milers in Indiana. She's run 2:11 and 5 flat for the mile. Gretchen Farley. Next, a double indoor state champ from Ohio. She's run 800 and 2:10 and has also run 4:53. Morgan Monesmith. And last but certainly not least, she's won 2 Alabama outdoor titles last month. A sub-5 miler who has run 2:09 over this distance from Chelsea, Katie McPhail.
All right, we got the field in front of us. We have McPhail, Monesmith, Farley, Culpepper, Mickelson, Fonville, Stevens, Maydeen, Maynard, Jones, and Painter. Monesmith is an interesting candidate here. She's run 2:10. She finished second at the Ohio State Championships. Definitely could contend with McPhail. Farley, 2:11 girl. Kendall Nadine of Colorado is just finishing off of her freshman season. She's run 2:18, coming down from altitude, as we saw yesterday. A lot of runners that came from those altitude-bearing states ran really well in the 2 mile. Shorter race here, obviously. We'll see what the difference is when they come down. Kara Mickelson of Washington, going into her senior year, has a time of 2:15. Earlier today, she got a little bit of a MileSplit t-shirt swag, so maybe the confidence of earning a t-shirt will bode her well here in the championship section. And obviously, McPhail is certainly one to watch. We'll see if she can improve on her 2:09 from Music City. Back-to-back weeks. For a lot of athletes, sometimes it's hard to recover and get right back to it, but you know, some athletes love the challenge of that and can answer that call pretty easily. So McPhail is going to be an interesting athlete to watch here in this field.
If you're in the boys 800-meter championship,
2 minutes away from start time. And just an explainer here, the girls will be put in lanes and they'll run through their alleys through the first 100 before they break for the stagger and try to earn a position through that first lane. slight rain coming down, but I think that will bode the conditions pretty well as the temperatures start to cool off a little bit. The humidity comes down a little bit too, and it ultimately act as sort of a cooling ingredient for the runners out there on the track. And we are away. Championship section of the girls 800. It's going to be fire. McPhail out to a very impressive start in lane 1. She is the obvious favorite. And through that first stagger, she's out to a very good start. Monesmith tempered back just a little bit, but she's just in second place, a couple meters back. McPhail goes through in 29 seconds. Monesmith not playing all her cards just yet, but that could tell you something in the future. Monesmith actually has 58 speed in the 400. Gretchen Farley, who's right behind her, has run 26 for 200. So McPhail's got to be aware of these girls coming up in the second half of this race. But so far, McPhail looks extremely confident. And just as we see across the home stretch, wonderful cadence, and look at those arms. She's going to be just over 61 seconds through the first lap. Monesmith behind her, 103. Here's where the ground's going to be made up if they can do it on McPhail. McPhail, her race strategy here, we're going to run from the front and see what we can do from start to finish. You got to respect that. 300 meters to go, 121. McPhail still out there in front of Monesmith now, making her move at the 300-meter mark, closing the gap. From step to step, it's going to be Monesmith and McPhail going to be pretty even at this point at 600. McPhail now trying to challenge her, but Monesmith just makes up that ground easily. Monesmith taking it on in the final 200. McPhail trying to hold on. 150 to go for her, but Monesmith really powering through. An impressive second half of the race for Monesmith and really using that 400 speed in the final 100. She is crushing it right now. Coming all the way from Ohio, Morgan Monesmith gonna win this championship heat of the girls 800 with an unreal time, 2:06. McPhail and Farley come through in second. Farley 2:11, McPhail 2:11. Mickelson 2:13, but Morgan Monesmith is the story, 2:06. That would roughly put her U.S. number 5. We'll try to get the official time here for Monesmith. 2:06.89 puts her at U.S. number 5 right now in the country. Few girls nationally have run as fast as that. And she is going into her senior year in Ohio. Hathaway Brown, Shaker Heights.